Hey guys, so here's the homework explanation video. So I summarize all your questions here into the sponge, okay? And then let's just jump right into it. So for 9.1 is relatively easy, it's the base of everything. Yeah, so for nobody asked for 11, so I crossed it out. For 9 here, I'm just gonna choose 2 to do, okay? I'm just gonna choose A and C. So basically, or A and B, sorry, because it's different. Okay, so you basically need to find where the boundary point is, okay? In this question here, it's 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so then this should be 4. Yes. So the boundary point is 4. So basically you have x. Your x is right on the right side of 4, so it's bigger than 4. Do we have the equal? No, because the solid is empty. The circle is empty, it's not solid. Okay? So in this case here, 0, -1, -2. Okay, so the boundary point is -2. And x is smaller than -2 as is representing because it's on the left side of -2. Okay, so less than, but is the circle solid or empty? It's solid, it's filled, so you have the equal in it. Okay, so the 10 it's the same thing. Express each inequality algebraically in two different ways. It's okay. You don't have to actually make it two different ways. It's the same thing as 9, as long as you know that, for example, this is 12 to 13. So 12.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. Okay, so this is 12.7. So in this case, is x smaller than 12.7. Why do we not have the equal? Because the circle is not filled. Okay, you just know this, you're good. I don't know what it means by two ways, but maybe it's just the word way and the algebraic way. Okay, but it's okay. You just know that, you're good. Okay, represent each inequality graphically. It's basically going backwards. Let's try this one here. If y bigger than or small or equal to -5.3. So here, if here is negative, oh, just think to yourself, -5.3 is in between what and what? It's actually in between -5 and -6. Okay, so if 0 is somewhere here and you go this way to become more negative, then here should be -5, and you here should be -6. Okay, somewhere in the middle here we should have -5.3. So basically, let's say it's around here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually miscounted the space here, but you don't have to actually make it super even. We're not going to let you draw the graph. Okay, just choose the correct one as we show you the choices. So I made the circle solid. Let's say this is -5.3. I made the circle solid. Why? Because it has the equal sign here. Okay, and bigger than, so it's this way. Cool. And 13. For each combination of inequalities, show the possible values of x on the number line. So okay, let's let's do this one and this one here. Okay, so here x is bigger than 12, smaller than 17. Okay, here's 12, here's 17, so x is in between here. You can give me an example: 14.5, 14.5, 13, whatever. Okay, so x, in this case, x smaller than that and bigger than -11. So 4.5 basically is -4.5. Okay, like I said before, be familiar with numbers. So yeah, x is, let's write it in the combination. So x is bigger than -11, so it's smaller than -4.5. Okay, so on the number line you basically have -11, -4.5. Why do I write it this way though? Because x is smaller than that. Okay, x is smaller than that, so x is bigger than -11. Okay, so any number in between here should work. Give me an example. For example, -8 will work for x. Okay, all right, so this one here. If Emily keeps a daily balance of at least 1,500 in her bank account, at least means no smaller than that. We can be bigger and equal to. So x must be bigger or equal to that for daily. So draw a number line to represent the situation. You could just give me that, and it's solid because it has to equal to. Okay, so it's bigger than or equal to, so it's this way here, and we're done. So if it's like this, she doesn't have to pay interest fees. Cool. Next one. So 7D here. For this one solving, this is 9.2 now, okay? For this one here, -1/6, you want to throw over to the other side. When you want to divide or multiply a negative number, or a negative coefficient, the sign has to change direction, okay? So x is originally like this, okay? And when we want to throw this over to the other side, you have to change the sign to the opposite because you're dividing or multiplying a negative number. So x bigger than 5 divided by -1/6. X bigger than 5 times -6 because you flipped it and you changed the sign. X bigger than -30. Okay, done. This one here. A local sport complex offers the following option for the sharpening skates. Okay, so this is a really common kind of question because you're comparing two different deals and like you want to see which one is bigger than another. So like yeah, you're comparing deals. So this kind of question is going to be really, really often in chapter 9. Okay, so estimate at which point the special would be the better option. Okay, so you want to know this, when will this be a better option? So basically these two deals are that much dollar per pair of skates per month, and that's flat rate, okay, of 49 per month. So basically you have two options, option 1, option 2. Let's just sort those option up. So the standard rate is 5.75 x. What is x in this case is how many pairs of skates you are actually gonna sharpen, okay? And option 2 is $49 a straight fee, okay, unlimited. So all you can sharpen basically. A model and solve the problem using inequality. Okay, so they're asking us when will the special, which is option 2, be a better choice. So a better choice means you want it to be a best offer, which is less money. So you want, when they're asking us, when will this be a smaller money amount than this? Okay, so basically they're asking you this. When will 49 be smaller money amount than the standard rate? Okay, so yeah, just solve it. You want to throw this over to the other side, divided by 5.75, and you just calculate. Okay, if x has a number that's bigger than this, the more you sharpen, the more pairs of skates you sharpen, the more the better the special deal will be. Okay. Okay, so this one here, the owner of the craft store donates 3% of her profit to a local charity every month. If she wants to donate at least $250, how much profit will the business have to earn? So 3% of the profit. So how much profit will be x? 3% of the profit. At least that means we can go bigger, but the minimum is that. So it's bigger than or equal to that. Okay, so 3% of the profit, that's the donation. The donation has to be bigger or smaller, or bigger or equal to 250. Okay, and you can solve the problem by changing to decimal place. X divided by 0.03 and solve the problem. Okay. Okay, so Andrew's family is driving from Winnipeg to Saskatoon. Before leaving, they fill the gas with that much of fuel. So let's write it down. The fuel is that much. The car uses fuel as the average rate of that. So how many kilometers? Okay, so kilometers will be x. The distance will be x, okay? And the car uses 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers, okay? Per 100 kilometers. Great, how many kilometers would be that? So basically this is kilometers, this is liter, okay? So 8.4 liter per 100 kilometer, that's basically telling you a rate, okay? If you divide those two, it's a unit rate. I'm just gonna leave it as a fraction here, and I would say that times x kilometers, because the kilometer and kilometer, they can cancel up, okay? So that's the rate, and they're telling you, and we time it by how much distance we're driving it for, and we want it to be under the limit of our fuel. So smaller or equal to 57 liters. Okay, that will be the final equation. I'm gonna highlight it here. Okay, that will be the final equation. And how do you solve it? Same thing. You just go it's basically 8.4 over 100, x smaller equal to 57. Okay, and then here you basically throw this to the other side. Because it's positive, you don't have to change the signs. You just use your calculator to do it. Do the KCF thing or whatever. Okay, yeah. To set up the equation is the most important. It's the hardest part. Solving is not the hardest part. Okay. All right, let's talk about this question here. Natalie is entering a 3,200 meter event at an upcoming meet. Okay, so the total she needs to run is 3,200 meters, and each lap of the track is 400 meters. So we basically can divide the two to get how many laps are there she needs to run. Okay, so 3,200 divided by 400 is basically gives you 8. So she needs to run 8 laps. Okay, so and her goal is to beat the current record of that. That's the total time of finishing the 8 laps. Okay, so basically the total time they give us is 9 minutes 23 seconds, and we want to change it to second in order to calculate it. So minutes to second, you times 60, which gives you 540 second, and here there's another 23 second. You add them up to be 563 second. So the total time she needs to finish 8 laps is 563 seconds. So if the total time of finishing 8 laps is this, so we can calculate, what we can calculate right now is how much time she will need to actually finish 1 lap only. So if 8 laps she requires that much time to finish, then 1 lap is basically 563, which is total time divided by 8. So that will give you, this is second here, okay, and that will give you I think it's actually 70 point something. Okay, so that will give you a time, and so that's how much time she needs to finish 1 lap only, 1 lap time. Okay, which means that is basically explain why the situation can be modeled using the inequality that. So x is basically what the question is saying is that x is the time for 1 lap only. Okay, so x is the time, where x is how much second for 1 lap, and times 8 will give you the total. So that x, when we solve it, it gives you a minimum time she needs, or maximum time she needs to actually finish 1 lap here. Solve the problem and verify your situation. So you can just solve the problem, you can just solve this, and yeah, and you can see what's the time limit for each single lap. Okay, and if you want to set speed as x, okay, so if you want to set speed as x, then this number here will be the time for each lap. Okay, so 70 something, so this number here, just the time times speed, will give you total distance, which is 400 meters. So you base for 1 lap. Okay, this is the time for 1 lap, and this is distance for 1 lap, and you will have the speed for 1 lap as well, if you want to set speed as x. Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit complicated, because you need to you need to switch lots of things around. Okay, but yeah, I don't think that will yeah, just maybe replay the video a lot of times to actually make sense of that situation. If you still don't understand it, please just give me a remind message. Okay, so this one here, Fiona has a reward card that gives her a reward point for every $5 she spent. If she earns at least 120 points a year, at least means bigger or equal to 120. Okay, if she earns at least that in the year, she gets a bonus. How much does she need to spend to get at least that points? So for every $5 spent, she gets 1 rewards point. So basically, so let's think about this situation. If she has $5, she gets 1 point. If she spent $10, she gets 2 points. Okay, so that's the point, that's the dollar. The dollar will be x, how much does she needs to spend. So you basically divide by 5 to get the points. So x divided by 5, bigger or equal to 120. To solve it, you timed it to the other side, and then okay, so she has to at least spend $600 to get the rewards, or to get the bonus, enough points. Okay, so here consider the inequality that solve the inequality if a is bigger than 0, a is smaller than 0. Okay, so if a is bigger than 0, then that will be a positive. That will be a positive. You just throw a to the other side. Ax, this is a right now. Ax smaller or equal to 5a, you just, if a is positive, then just throw a away to the other side, and 5a divided by a, cross, x smaller or equal to 5, okay? And if for b, if a is negative, ax smaller or equal to 5a, when you throw a over to the other side, you have to change the sign to opposite direction. So x 5a over a. In this case, a is smaller than 0. In this case, a is positive. So here, cross out x bigger than or equal to 5. Okay, so it's the opposite situation. So just remember to change the signs when you are multiplying or dividing a negative number. This one here. For each situation, choose a variable, explain what it represents. Okay, so basically set up inequalities. Basketball team wants to buy new jerseys. Okay, it's about choices too. Okay, one company gives you this plan, this quote. One company gives you another quote. For how many jerseys, it's X. How many jerseys is X? Does the team need to buy for a jersey limited to be a better option? Okay, so let's say uniform RU, URU, and then that's one choice, and jersey unlimited is JU. Okay. Uniform RU gives you $50 per jersey, and we have X jerseys, so $50 per jersey. That's the total money you need to pay. And jersey unlimited charges $40 per jersey plus 80. So 40 per jersey times X jerseys plus 80 flat fee for logo design. Okay, so these are the two prices expressions. Which one do we want to be a better option? The jersey unlimited to be a better option. Better option means less money, please. Just remember that, okay? It's not that the more is better. For in terms of money, less is better. So you want this to be a smaller amount. So you want to have this, all right? So for a better option, like if you add the equal sign here, that means you are assuming that when they're equal, jersey unlimited is a better option. But we just want to see that when jersey unlimited is exactly less than this company here. Okay, so there's no equal sign. I'll just write the bigger than sign and solve it. You want to combine the terms. You want to throw this to the other side, 50x minus 40x. Okay, and that will give you 80. 10x, x equals to 8 because it's 80 divided by 10. Okay, so when you order more than 8 jerseys, this company will be a better option. This is basically saying that. Okay. And uses her phone call to send text messages. Oh, it's comparing two companies again. Okay, the monthly charge for text messaging for the current plan is $15 per plus 0.05 per message sent. Okay, so $15 flat fee plus $0.05 x is how many text message she sends. Okay, the company is offering a new plan, so the new plan should be cost a flat rate of that per message, so 0.12x per message. So these are the two plans. And which one you want to be a better plan? The new plan want to be a better plan. So better option means less money, okay, when it's about money. So you want this to be a less spent. So like that. And then you can solve the problem. Just rearrange the equation to actually have x on the same side and numbers on the same side, and just solve it normally. Okay, cool. Yeah. This question here, Kevin is comparing job offers at 2 stores. Oh, it's comparing again. Awesome. So dollar deal. 8 per hour plus 10% commission. Okay, so 8 per hour. Wait a second. Okay, so assume that he works an 8-hour day, 5 days per week. Okay, so 8 hours a day. Let's just sort out how many hours does he need to work. So 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So times. So 40 hours a week. Okay, so $8 per hour. So in the week he needs to work for 40 hours, so times 40, and plus $10 commission. Commission means that, for example, my weekly sale is 10, so $10 10% commission. That means 9 goes to the company, I get 1, because 1 is 10% of 10. Okay, so basically I have plus 10% commission, so 10% of my sales. Okay, because they're asking us about sales. So dollar deal is one plan. The other one is great discount. Great discount offers $18 per hour with no commission. Okay, so 40 hours a week times 40. So that's the two plans. Which one do you want to be a better deal for Kevin? So dollar deal. When will dollar deal be a best to be a better job? So you want it to pay you more money, so you want this to be a bigger amount, so bigger than that, and solve for x, and you're done. Okay, so how to solve for x then? Solve this, and divide whatever you get. Okay, divide by 0.1. This is 0.1, by the way, and you can solve for x. Okay, like that. So I think that's all the question there. Yes, that's all the question there. And if you have more questions, just text me or remind. I will maybe set up a one-on-one section with you. Okay? Yep.